Imagine, if you will, a doll. Not just any doll, but a doll with a sinister secret. In the heart of a small town, a family stumbled upon a captivating antique doll at a local flea market. Its delicate features and intricate clothing were irresistible, and so it found a new home. But as the doll settled into its new abode, something else awakened within it. The family started to notice peculiar happenings. Objects moved without explanation. Whispers echoed through the corridors in the dead of the night. And the doll, it seemed, had a knack for appearing in places it hadn't been left. The daughter, little Sarah, was particularly drawn to the doll. Sarah, who often played tea parties with the doll, started speaking of her new friend's stories from an era long past. The doll, Sarah insisted, belonged to a girl named Amelia. Amelia, who was once the apple of her parents' eyes, but whose heart held a darkness unseen. As the strange occurrences intensified, the family sought help. A local paranormal expert, known for his success with spiritual disturbances, was called in. As he set foot in the house, he was instantly drawn to the antique doll. Holding it, he felt a chill creep up his spine. The doll, he confirmed, was possessed by a spirit, the spirit of Amelia, a malevolent child who had passed decades ago. The expert embarked on a spiritual cleansing, a ritual to release Amelia's spirit from the doll. He chanted incantations, burned sacred herbs, and used crystals to draw out the negative energy. The air grew thick, the lights flickered, and then silence. The doll's once vibrant eyes dulled, its aura diminished, the whispers in the night ceased. As the final chant echoed through the house, the doll's eyes dulled, and all returned to normal, or so they hoped. The family breathed a sigh of relief, their home once again a sanctuary. But as they went about their lives, they couldn't help but wonder if they had truly seen the last of Amelia. Have you ever been alone, yet felt like someone was watching you? The chilling sensation prickling at the back of your neck, the unsettling feeling of being observed, the inexplicable fear that you're not alone. This is the tale of a man who moved into a new apartment, excited for a fresh start. The building was old, with a history as rich as the red bricks it was built from, but our protagonist was undeterred, eager to make this place his own. As the days turned into weeks, he began to notice something peculiar. Every night, as the darkness fell, he would see a shadowy figure. It was distant at first, barely noticeable, like a smudge on the corner of his vision. A trick of the light, he told himself, shaking off the creepy feeling. Art has a way of capturing the soul, sometimes quite literally. Let's dive into the story of a painting that did just that. This isn't your typical tale of a thrift store find or a dusty attic discovery. No, this story begins at an estate sale, where a painting with an eerie aura was purchased by an unwitting buyer. This wasn't a grand masterpiece, but it had a certain charm to it, a charm that seemed to darken as the days went by. The painting, featuring a quaint country landscape, began to change. Where there once were sunny pastures, there now loomed ominous storm clouds. The babbling brook turned into a raging torrent. The cozy cottage in the corner transformed into a decrepit, abandoned shack. But the transformation didn't stop there. The painting began to depict terrifying scenes, each more gruesome than the last. A sense of dread washed over anyone who dared to glance at it. The painting was more than just a piece of art. It was a harbinger of misfortune, a curse encapsulated in canvas. The climax of our tale came when the current owner, a man of rational mind and skeptical nature, saw a scene in the painting that made his blood run cold. It was his own death, graphically portrayed in the painting. His face, twisted in terror, mirrored the fear that was rapidly knotting in his own stomach. This was no coincidence, no trick of the mind. The painting was cursed. It brought misfortune, pain, and ultimately death to its owners. The man knew he had to act, or he would be the next casualty of the painting's curse, and so he decided to destroy the painting. He took the cursed canvas to a secluded location, far from any soul who could be harmed by its malevolent force. With a heavy heart and trembling hands, he set the painting ablaze. As the flames licked up the canvas, consuming the horrific scenes, he felt a weight lift from his shoulders. The curse, it seemed, was finally broken. The man was free from the terror that had haunted him since his fateful purchase. But the memory of the cursed painting would forever be etched in his mind, a grim reminder of the power that art can hold. As the flames consumed the cursed canvas, the owner felt a weight lift from his shoulders. The curse was finally broken. Remember, art is a mirror to the soul, and sometimes it reflects more than we could ever imagine. Tonight, we've journeyed into the realm of the supernatural, where ordinary objects become extraordinary nightmares. We've navigated through the chilling tales of the haunted doll, the shadow man, and the cursed painting. Let's take a moment to revisit these tales and the fear they instigated. Our journey began in a quaint little antique shop where we encountered the haunted doll, an innocent-looking toy with a sinister secret, whispering eerie words into the dead of the night. The whispers were not mere child's play, they were warnings, foreboding messages that sent chills down the spine of anyone who dared listen. The doll's whispers were eventually silenced, providing a much-needed reprieve. But one can't help but wonder, are the whispers truly gone, or are they merely lying dormant? We then found ourselves in the presence of the Shadow Man. An ominous figure, he lurked in the corners of our vision, always just out of sight, yet always present. His approach was slow and calculated, his intent unknown. The Shadow Man's presence was eventually banished, his silhouette no longer haunting those he'd once tormented, but in the quiet darkness the question remains, has the Shadow Man truly left, or does he still watch from the unseen corners of our world? Our final stop led us to the cursed painting, a beautiful piece of art that held a grim prediction. It was said that the painting foretold the demise of those who dared gaze upon it. The painting was ultimately destroyed, its prophecy silenced, bringing a sigh of relief to those once under its curse. Yet, one can't help but ponder, is the curse truly broken, or does it linger in the remnants of the painting? As we conclude our journey, these questions hang heavily in the air, reminding us of the mystery and danger that can lurk within the most mundane items. The relief that came with the resolution of these tales is tinged with a sense of lingering unease, a hint of the unknown that refuses to be silenced. Remember, dear listeners, to tread lightly in the world of the unknown, for who knows what lurks in the shadows of the ordinary. Until next time, stay